Hello, Acolights. Welcome to tonight's stream. We're back at it again to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where our best friend has been murdered, and we are currently under suspicion for being the murderer. The second time. Although, I was going to say at least this time we're in a better off place. But honestly, not really. Before we were caught with the gun literally in our hand next to someone who was shot dead. But now, we're just the only person in the room where he died. And it was a locked room. So, marginally better. At least we don't have the murder weapon in our hand, and we have some sense of believability. Then again, only Kazuma actually knew we were on the boat. Yeah. Ooh, that might... Okay. It's no wonder that his aide doesn't believe us as much. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. It's been a week since I've played this game. But that's alright. Let's continue on. Let's see what the heck we're gonna do about this. Why am I looking this way? Can I turn? Yeah, let me examine. What's some ship protocols? That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little look through it? Yep, that's a book, all right. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. I don't know. I think Popeye would really love being called that. Popeye is all about being all just tough, rugged. He's all about throwing down. Tough, rugged, and spinach, the top three qualities of a good Popeye. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Okay, well, not that. Hello, Russian sailor, how are you? Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class ladies' maid? Oh. We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I'm not sailor! My mother gave me name! I am senior crewman, Biff Stroganoff. Phew, well, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Treat him like a gorilla. Listen. It might be in your best nature. If you ever run into a gorilla, I don't know why the hell you would ever run into a gorilla. Do not, under any circumstances, look them in the eye. It is seen as a challenge, which I assume this guy will also be like a gorilla. First cabin area last night. Yeah, the first cabin area. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons, several assassins, like you, for instance, you are famous Russian assassin, of course. We also have been known to participate in the bootlegging of DVDs. Very profitable. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Much valuables to be had. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you an ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. So you say, but again, massive gorilla, dude. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Hisoki's currently occupied? Duh! I'm assuming that was da. There's no other two-letter Russian word that I know that ends in a. So in my mind, it was da. Susato-san, do you understand that? It sounded like da. I'm right! I'm excellent! I can read Russia. Did you know I'm fluent in Russian? I didn't, but I'll take it. I think it's probably Russian for yes, or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Oh, so we need an invitation. Sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Yeah, who's the passenger? Tell us. Tell us, give us your secrets. Who is traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Isogi's? His name is Mr. Grimesby Roylott. He is very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman. Oh, man. Those Westerners, you know they're up to no good. Either they're up to no good or they're being murdered. You can never trust a Westerner. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of Student Boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. That was harsh. It's not that insignificant. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? That is not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. So if no one's there... Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business either. Stroganoff should keep mouth shut. I will no longer talk to you. Okay, but will you talk to us? I will think about it. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in. Or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Hurt! Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. Was it? Was that clearly a no? I have no clue. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. Why'd you say it twice, huh? And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything wrong? Why are you not making eye contact? You've been making eye contact this entire time, Stroganoff. If that even is your real name. I said no! Sorry, God, I won't push you so hard next time. I'm not so sure, though. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Yeah, no, you saw it right, Ryunosuke. This man is suspicious. Sus. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to ship. Yeah, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or, as the English say, when the pigs fly. Wait, is that an actual Russian saying? You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. So, that has 3 absurdities in it? A lobster whistling... Well, I guess only 2 absurdities. A lobster whistling and a lobster being on top of a mountain. Although, don't lobsters... I feel like they actually whistle by themselves. Like I think they release air pressure in their shell, and it creates a whistling noise. I don't know. So whistling might not be the far-fetched thing, but on top of the mountain is. Yeah, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Let's go. Let's check out the and by check out the room, I mean, I'm going to be looking at everything else first. This no longer has a red check mark. That book on top of the table there really is huge. There's a pen with it, too. Oh, no. Is it just going to take me through the whole thing? Oh, God. Oh, God, no. It's just taking me through the whole thing. Wait. Will it say something different now that he's gone? Rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Presumably. Okay, so there was new information there. That's good. I'm glad I didn't click on that for no reason. Let's click out the door. Click out, check out, check. Click out, check it. You know, both the things work. That's the way to second-class area of the ship. Huh. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Just for a quick sec. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Yeah, you seem to not be kidding about that. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started it with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Yeah, man, we have to figure out who killed my boy. Who did it? Who could have possibly, like, he was a young Japanese from Japan. He did nothing to nobody. He was walking down the side of the street, didn't do nothing to no one. This looks like a plan of the SS Buria. It shows each deck. God, I can't talk tonight. The Buria is a large-scale steamship with triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering! Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. I don't know what that thing about gods is, because it's obviously just nature at work. Nature creating the mountains. To the left! This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask! No, wait, no! No! I thought I would be able to click on more stuff. Oh, wait, are they not answering? Cowards. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in here to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Let me, how do get, oh, I have to press B. I have to press B! Here I was trying to stupidly click on the arrow like a normal person. What about this one? Is this a fire alarm? What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship, and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh. This I have to say. Whoa, bruh. I was actually going in to just straight pull it. What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop, this ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream, it must have been a woman. Stand aside! I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should just go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Come on, Sholmes. Be an adult. Think about these things. 9th January, SS Bodia, first class cabin, number 2. The one that's next to us. Oh, what's up, suspicious-looking gentleman? Who are you? A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimesby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me, and you are? I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt. No. I am the great detective among great detectives, one who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. I don't think that's how that works. A detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? Well, don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? But you see, sir, I did. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk? Don't look at me, bro. It was one time. One time. Oh, shit, there's something actually in there. Oh my, did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yeah, the case just shook. Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimesby Roylott. You piece of shit. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Wait, was I just speaking out loud? Was I speaking out loud, or is she reading my thoughts? Are you fucking psychic, Susato? Let's see if we can find some clues before that Bruley sailor returns. Okay, well, I mean, sure. Sholmes, what are you doing? What are you doing in the closet? Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time. What you would need to call my great powers of deduction into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come, this very moment. I will solve the crime! As is my duty. Or am I mistaken? Well, no, actually. You're spot on, for once. We are solving a crime. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Their mother! Why, the truth, of course! I'm gonna be honest, Sholmes. I don't think many people are very receptive to, the truth of all things. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please. Show us your detecting skills. Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case of greatness. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or is Russian on account of his dubiousness? I don't. That's not how that works, Sholmes. I'm sorry to say. Someone can't be Russian just based on how dubious they are. I don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. I agree, me. I agree, no. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on the first meeting, but I once read, "It is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment." Shh! I must have complete silence. You two are talking far too much for me to detect. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? You are the woman we heard scream, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain! A heinous villain! Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Huh! I don't know, man. You're acting kind of sus when he pointed that out. And I don't even agree with him most of the time. And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah! Oh, Naruto-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. You are meeting your heroes, Susato. He is very clearly not a great detective. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about his person. What? What ineffable twaddle? What the heck? What did you just say, Naruhodo? What did you just say, Ryunosuke? That makes no sense. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. I can't believe I'm simping so hard for him. I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could you... how could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? It's quite simple, dear Watson. Very well then, I shall elucidate. I shall elucidate you, which means enlighten, I believe. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So, do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh my god. You are such a fraud. But holy shit, you got style, man. You got the presentation fucking down. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place, is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. Did you see that? It's a transition shot. Wish you could do one of those, don't you? The question then begged is, why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on this matter. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article, which, it would appear, you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. So, wait. Is this the guy wait. Is Sholmes an idiot or a genius? I can't tell. So, he very clearly called us out for being the Russian assassin earlier. But is he using that to piece together that this dude is the Russian assassin now? Or is he just blankly calling everyone the Russian assassin? I have no clue. Is he a genius? Is he based? Is he cringe? I don't know. Let's just see. Let's see what he has to say. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Oh, never mind. He thinks... In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Violin Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Another transition shot. You're so jealous right now. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Us? I meant to say sus, and I just omitted the S. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. Lights! You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Violin Bolshevik! Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Old man's identity. Conclusion, a revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. Alright. Now, for my second conclusion. Lights. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Yeah. And the proof of this crime, over there. The thing you're conveniently standing in front of, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Voila! The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. Doesn't matter. The lights will open it for us. What could you possibly What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. Ha! Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Why, the princess, of course! Oh, dear me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me transition and thus illuminate this situation for you. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found on the pages of this newspaper. For there's another most stimulating article. Oh, spin dash. You know I am an expert at spin dashing. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Transition shot. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Oh shit, yes, if she's a ballerina, she definitely could fit in the... Oh man, yeah, ballerinas are flexible as hell. Your crime is that of abduction! And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Conclusion. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Well, how is it? Did I nail it or what? This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. And thus ends my slideshow. That was... Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here for a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. He has not... You can see some of the other guy's face, but you can't see any of this guy's. Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. At that time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well, able to revolutionize his own appearance, that is. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, what part about abducting the ballerina? Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not at first glance, it is too small. Clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? Ha! No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? I don't read Russian, dude. Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case, especially for a ballerina. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deduction just now. I think his powers of observation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off. Your idea of a little, maybe a little off itself, Mr. Susato. Miss Susato. I'm telling you, if it's a little off of being a little off, and give or take being a little off, it might be off, not just a little off. Just saying. Might be something to keep in mind. It's just one or two keywords in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. Have other people solve the case using my deductions to solve the case. This man is a lot of work. I agree, Ryunosuke. I can't tell if I like him or not. He is so full of himself that it's hilarious. But he is literally third impostering right now. He's just throwing blame on random people with no regard. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists. Are you pointing out the cuffs again? What? Where are your handcuffs? What? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. You see, anything that may detract from my brilliant performance and my brilliant reasoning, such as a jangly, clanky pair of handcuffs that take away from the sound quality of my production, they need to go, you see. So I took them off of you. I don't believe it. That's insane. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this, if possible. So, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Old man's identity. Conclusion. A revolutionary on the run. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place. Bam! Here's the scissors! The shears, I mean! They're too big to be scissors, right? What could you possibly want with such an implement? Answer, of course, is staring us in the face! Your face, you Russian handsome man! Or at least I would call you a handsome man, if we could see it. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott, either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? I can't be bothered to think, Naruhodo-san. It's all up to you now. Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in the last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? I feel like he was going to use them on the newspaper. No? Not the newspaper? His hat? Why would he use it on the hat? His beard? I can't... The coat buttons? Why would you take off coat... Why would you use shears on either of those? I feel like... Can I look around? I can't look down. I was going to say the newspaper. That seems like the most reasonable answer. Dang. Is that him? That is, in fact, him. That is the Russian. I don't know. His button or his hat. It's not his beard, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would he need shears? I'm going to go with the hat. Yeah. What about the hat? It's a very thick hat, isn't it? Ah, that's the secret, you see, Naruhodo-san. Don't you know? Secret? What? Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign cultures. Russia is a land of unimaginable cold, and a thick hat is the secret to keeping warm. Without one, I read that your brain would freeze. Quite quickly, in fact. Ah, let's talk about brain freeze, am I right? That was just one of many fascinating snippets of information in Oh Mother Not Russia. I think maybe you picked the wrong book there. Okay, maybe it's not the hat. What about the buttons? Are you looking at the buttons on his coat? Could it be that Mr. Roylott was planning to cut these off? Oh, why? Well, when you're wearing thick gloves, it can be very hard to undo buttons. Then, couldn't you just take off your gloves first? Aha! So he was going to use the scissors to cut his gloves off then. Right? That sounds reasonable to me. I want you to take a deep breath and look at this from a fresh perspective, Naruhodo-san. I think she's getting angry. I really don't want to be flipped. Thick hat. From a different angle? How do I get to a different angle? Can I... Oh my god, I can move it with the mouse. I can move this... Is that hair? What is this? What is this? This is just straight. I knew it! You are the female! Sir? Yeah. I don't know. Wait. Is she actually... Wait, Is she the No, the ballerina... Well, she did have blonde hair, didn't she? I think she did. What the... What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No. The color's not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylot's head? Poking under his hair. And how's it growing from underneath his thick black hair? Yeah, exactly. Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here. Yeah, let's just present it. Yeah, what were you doing, huh? Woman? What were you hiding? It's my time to shine. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Transition! Such lush, golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all, you're a woman! And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. Haha, spin dash! The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Nope, it is not. That was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? We only heard a woman scream from a room with no one in it except one person. Yes, it was a surprise. Naruhodo-san, you're enjoying this, aren't you? You're... I'm not sure if you want to hear this, but you're starting to spin dash. What? Me? Spin dash? No. Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, deducing the facts with Mr. Holmes. Or Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. So yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman... Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because his deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yeah. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Get it? Nudge, nudge. Hint, hint. Look at the back of the goddamn newspaper. It is the newspaper. Let us examine it. Let us flip it over. And present. Can I not? Oh, I guess I just hit space. It's her! So according to what Mr. Sholmes told us before, this article about a dancer from Russian ballet company who's disappeared for some reason. Yes, a prima donna ballerina called Nikolina Pavlova. She went missing from her dressing room whilst the company was performing in Shanghai. And the tiara she was wearing at the time appears to be a valuable piece of jewelry. What was it? 20,000 rubles? It's like 20 cents. It's amazing. Yes, I have no idea how much that really is, but I feel sure you'd be given change from that amount, even buying all the cakes in the cake shop. No, you'd just be given change, I'm sure. Her imagination's really running away with her. And now, in order to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara, the company has requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Okay. Oh, wait. Did I have to present this one, rather? Oh. Well, I'm done.
Yes!
Alright. You're the ballerina! Ha! You were close, Sholmes. The evidence that reveals your true identity, of course, is the article about the ballerina. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Lights. Transition. Spin dash. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. You are, lights, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Yeah! Damn, nearly just stabbed herself. Went right through the hat. Oh, beard off. Coat off. Oh, no, I get glasses off. Oh, she was just taking off the fake hair. What's up? How you doing? You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone else. A ballerina on the run. From what exactly? Well, wrongdoing. Conclusion. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Incorrect. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Observe! The answer we seek lies at the foot of God. Blah, 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 blah. We've already been through this, Sholmes. Why do I keep saying things that I've already said? It's not the traveling case. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I see I'm gonna have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. No! I am not pleased. I just want to correct his false accusation is all. It needs to be factually accurate. Just because I get to spin dash on the way of correcting it doesn't mean I'm at fault here. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. No. No. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman's up to. It is her hat. Oh, wow. I decided to just move my mouse immediately this time, and there's just a fucking tiara right there. Just chilling. Just 20,000 rubles worth. 20 cents worth. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruto-san, try it on. What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. What does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Say, in a photograph of some sort. The tiara! You, ma'am, were given the tiara to do a ballet and then ran away with it. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? That's what it said in the article, anyway. Highlighted indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles, a whole 20 cents in American dollars. In summary, transition. The crime you've committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! No. I did nothing wrong. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. Please. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an earl? Of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. She's 15 and she got on a boat to who knows where?
Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now.
But the lights will let you explain in more detail.
What?
There remains one unsolved mystery about you.
Mystery? What do you mean?
Well, you see, my spin dash and the case. You've staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you would wish it remain closed. Haha! Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have even laid eyes on them. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You're careless, Kuda. Oh wait, he's just repeating the same thing. All right, Sholmes, let's get to the next phrase. Oh, yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. I don't know. Well, he's completely changed tack with his deduction now.
I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstance, don't you?
Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her.
Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly didn't cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself.
Then there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn.
I agree, that's the only answer.
Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Sorry, I was just taking a drink of water. Give me 1 sec. Had to clear my throat. Whew. All this talking has me thinking about something. Alright, well, I mean, there are no books on the shelf. The rules of passage or the door? But it would be closer to here. So, I mean, the painting? Is there something behind it?
This is a charming little picture, isn't it?
What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside?
Or descending one, it seems to me.
When you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. Okay, it's not that. But she was... Why would she open her case? Well, I mean, we might as well look at the bookshelf. I doubt it was that. It might have been the rules. Is there something behind the rules?
These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
There was exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules.
Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment will be severe, Naruto-san. Such as stowing away by any chance. You'd probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean. Or shut inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end.
So I've actually been serving the time for weeks now, have I? Okay, so it's not that. Let's just look at the shelf. What was she looking at? Ah, it looks like these are all the same books we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure passengers have plenty to read for the long voyage.
And have you noticed how all the books have fallen over, just like in Kazuma-sama's cabin? It almost like someone's taken a sweep at them.
Maybe Miss Pavlova, while she was practicing her ballet? Anyway, the point is, we don't have time to look through all these books at the moment.
We couldn't even if we wanted to. They're all in Russian.
Well, that's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere. So someone was looking for something in this room as well. Who knows what it could possibly be? But then she has to be looking at the door. There's no other thing I can click on. It's a metal door, the same as in Kazuma's cabin.
Yes, and the rather slim bolt is the same as well.
Well, if Miss Pavlova was actually glancing over the door here instead of the bookcase, that would suggest a desire to run away from this cabin.
Maybe.
Okay. Wait, can I look? Alright, so I clicked on the door, clicked on the rules of passage. Do I have to actually present one of these? Let's present, well, I mean, it didn't give any indication that there was something behind the picture or behind the rules, so I feel like it has to be the door. Although that is kind of far. The metal door to this cabin has a metal latch, and latch rhymes with catch. Are you catching on yet? You see, just as the door has a metal latch, your traveling case has a metal latch. What exactly are you doing with this, Naruhodo-san? I have never seen such vague detecting in all my life, in all my years. Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Did that hurt? I hope it did. Yeah, a lot actually. I'm in a lot of pain. Okay, so it's not that. Surely the reason Miss Pavlova doesn't want to open her traveling case is because there's something inside she doesn't want us to see. Yep. So what's inside? Come to think of it, we saw the case moving before, didn't we? I can't imagine what's in there. What could it be? It's an animal. It's a pet. What's Miss Pavlova got inside her case? Whatever it is, what she's glancing at will probably give us the answer. There's nothing over here. Nothing over here. She has to be looking at the bookcase then. But it's not the books. I feel like it's the statue. It's not the books. The way I see it, books are the treasured collection of all human knowledge. I love this. Pain, Peko. I agree. I love this. Ryunosuke, when you click the correct answer, sounds like a genius. When you click the wrong answer, he sounds so dumb. It is very funny. The way I see it, books are the treasured collection of all human knowledge. There's almost nothing you can't look up in a book. Which means we could probably look up the reason why Miss Pavlova won't open her case in one, too. Are you quite concentrating? You've identified exactly what I did originally. You're not adding anything to my deduction. Oh, yes, so I have, sorry. Well, I do understand. As inimitable as I am, people do like to try. But you won't make a great detective like that, nor even a great detective's assistant. An assistant's assistant, then? Alright, I'll think again. Alright, let's see. Okay. So, was it my... It's like, I can't click on anything else. So, is there actually something behind the painting? Yes. Do I just have to click on it? I read a mystery story the other day, and in that, there was a secret safe hidden behind a picture just like this. That's right, behind this picture is a safe too, inside the key to your traveling case. So no more games, open it up now! What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. Well, this is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Sorry. Okay, well, I mean, I've been looking everywhere. Okay, okay, so it's not those three things. Oh! Is she looking at the rules because she has a pet in there? Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
Yes!
It's because of the... Yep, that's it. Haha! Lights, I was just fooling you those previous 3 times. The reason why you refused to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Indeed. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. Haha! That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Oh my! Lights. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Precisely, which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case. Reveal! Haha! Reveal! is the last item listed as forbidden in Vessel's Rules of Passage. A pet.
Ah! Well, yes, you're correct.
Conclusion. Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. Oh yeah, back to back. Deduction complete. Elementary! Oh my god. They are sharing the same brain cell. That's the only way I could describe it. They are actually just on the same level as each other. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were.
No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct.
You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. The Buryo is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck aboard without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Haha, yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That variable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. That was loud, Sholmes.
I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So, I decided to cut away all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and I couldn't.
At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Isn't that right?
Things happen like that sometimes, don't they?
Things do indeed happen like that. From time to time, at least. Are those two even talking about the same thing?
There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew.
Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, we gotta know! Open the gacha, show us what's inside the box! You must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night.
Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction?
It was certainly something, yes. You got that right. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible! And one more thing. Oh, yeah? What? Observe your wrists. Oh god, you put him back on me. When? Well, the performance is over.
Your hands, they're cuffed again.
What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. The performance is over, my dear friend. That means we have no more reason for you to be free. When and why?
There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment.
Can't it? Really?
Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was.
Oh my god, it's a snake. Well, I mean, we knew it was a snake. I just didn't think it was like an actual snake. I thought it was like an anagram for a snake, like something long and thin, like a snake, like a scarf or something. But no, it was just an actual... Are you telling me that a snake bit Kazuma and he died? No. No. My boy did not go out like that. He's gonna recover. If we find out what poison it is, I bet it just slowed down his heart. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. Yes, exactly, Power. Badger, badger. Should I converse with her? I really want to know what's in the bag first, but let's ask what happened. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night?
One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast.
The man who died, he was a friend of mine.
Oh.
That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night?
Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking?
Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened, Sholmes.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? Well, I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me.
Oh, I see. What about running away? Why'd you do that? Huh? You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet?
Da. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life.
You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder.
But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. I've seen it happen to other people.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
Yes, and the crew of the ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they say I could hide in this cabin.
If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does actually. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
I have been picking my nose this entire time. I have no idea what we've been talking about, guys. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. The conundrum! Let's go. What do you have to say? Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle.
I'm not good with riddles.
According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. Wait, last night? Haven't we been on sea for weeks? What are you talking about, Sholmes? However, the SS Burio stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course! So how is it, pray, that you came to be on board?
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of the cabin came aboard.
That is none of your business. Yeah, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry? What was that?
It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. I don't think you're telling me the truth. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock. I almost missaid my name. Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Yeah, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Alright, but what a... Oh, no, escape! Escape! Oh, no, I accidentally pressed the right... Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Do I have to go through this entire thing? I feel like I have to go through this entire thing. I am dumb. So what have you been up to, Acolights? Have you been having fun? Been having a good stream so far? I know I've flubbed quite a few words. I suck at talking. Or at least talking for long periods of time. But I'm getting used to it. I'm pretty good at talking for long periods of time, rather. Let me rephrase that. I'm not good at making voices constantly. Oh, she just mentioned an angel, so we're close to the end. English isn't the same language. Sholmes said it. Sholmes is all about it, except for himself. Because he is a self-important asshat. Yep. Skill issue. It really is. This is why you don't spam the confirm button, kids. If you spam the confirm button, you're gonna have to go through all of the dialogue you just went through again. Or worse, you're gonna heal your Pokemon a second time at the Pokemon Center. Nothing's worse than that. Then you have to spam A again, and then hope you don't hit it too many times. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell! Don't tell any of the crew! If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? No, it's a snake. It's definitely a snake. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? No, still a snake. I've said that multiple times now. Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. Ha ha! I have no idea! Are you serious, Sholmes? You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Ha ha! Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, you could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. I'll remember that, Sholmes. No, again, snake. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret, not to be revealed. Blah! She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Duh. Okay, let's go to the court record. Can I present these? I can't present these. I have to go back. Okay. Now let's present. I have something that I want to show her. Wardrobe? Keep out in Japanese. Kazuma's oh yeah, let's show let's show the passage. Yeah, speckled band. Speckled band. What is the speckled band? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yeah, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. God, I'm dyslexic. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? but the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see. Right there. It's up there on the wall.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh! Miss Pavlova? Do you have any idea what it could be? Has something occurred to you? Is it, by chance, the snake that you keep as a pet? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, nothing at all. I don't know. No, speak in English. I mean Japanese. I don't speak anything actually.
Oh. Your snake killed my friend, bro. Oh, they're coming. They're coming in. Hi. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott.
Yes, what?
Wow, she is so quick. That was like 2 seconds. 2 seconds that she changed immediately. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please.
All right, I will come now.
What?
You must leave now.
Oh, no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes, please, don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott.
Get out! The passenger said out, or do you want me to throw you out? It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. Your snake killed my friend. I mean, I get it. It was probably like aggravated or something happened, but we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. But now that he's gone, to be continued. Ooh, to be continued in the next chapter, which we will begin immediately. Yeah, we might as well go through like halfway of the second chapter. Yeah, that sounds good. I have no idea how far. Wait, what? Overwrite? Do I have to just, right, I have to press back. My phone that is capturing my face right now, is blocking the one area where it says Z to press back. 9th January, SS Buria, first class cabin passageway.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what speckled band might be. What's the cheese?
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
He's clearly glaring at us, as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh yes, he's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? And why is he still insistent on treating me like a criminal? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. The punk. Alright, let's examine first. So we investigated that. The door, but there is some cheese here. What about the cheese? Anything about the cheese that we can deduce?
Ah, a trapper catching mice.
Yeah, we have plenty of those back in home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait.
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what's called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows.
Wait, did they not use cheese? What did they use for their traps in Japan? Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. Oh, you poor man. You have not experienced the wonders of cheese? Listen, I grew up eating cheese and drinking milk. As an adult, I found out I'm lactose intolerant. Is that going to change me eating cheese or drinking milk? No! No, not at all. In fact, if I did, it would make me a weak person. Just in general, just weak human being if I decided to do that. But I love cheese. Cheese is delicious. It belongs on... I was going to say everything. Not everything. There's some stuff that just does not go with cheese. But it belongs on a lot of stuff. And it makes a lot of stuff taste better. You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But, I suppose you're right. Plus, it's been sitting out for whoever knows how long. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. After we finish investigating, of course. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin, it's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? You didn't forget, did you? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Let's look around. It's M and B? Why is it M and B to look around? Those are the weirdest keys ever for that. Well, I mean, we already investigated that. Let's investigate the door again. That door leads to the second class area. Yep, we knew that. It's locked. I can't open it. No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. I mean, I think we've been over this. I feel like you're pretty confident that I am not the culprit now. That is not the button I meant to press. Let's talk to Mr. Russian Man. What's up, buddy? I really wish we had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, hmm? Oh, no. Definitely not. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter, understand? Understand. Whew. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. My point exactly. So how do I get back to the... oh, I press Z back. Oh, okay. Let's move back. We can't go there because he's blocking it, so let's go back to my cabin. What's up, Hosonaga? You find anything? 9th January, SS Buria, first class, cabin number 1. Looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Well, he always coughs up blood. You haven't forgotten, have you? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, right. That. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Where he at, though? Oh, I can investigate more stuff here? Oh, stuff that... But I thought I investigated, like, all of this. Some of it has check marks, but, like, this doesn't. These are the rules of passage. Okay. Passengers must not keep weapons. Okay. Yes, we understand. Yes. Yep. I got it. Yep, I understand. She called it her friend, didn't she? Yeah, although we don't know what form this friend takes as of yet. I'm also certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin. Okay, that's interesting. What about you, Russian dude? You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, Seaman Hosonaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. I only have one Russian voice. I'm sorry, guys. Ooh, he's back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for some steak at La Carnival.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
It very well could be. Let's investigate this again. It's clear these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilt on the floor. And they spelt the Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be an ambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. But to be truly unambiguous, it would have just spelt out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. Ah, excellent. Let's look at the desk. Let's look at the diary. The speckled band. The speckled band is her friend. Faint whistling sound. And a speckled band. Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Oh man, Kazuma, bro, please tell me you're just paralyzed. Please. Please tell me you didn't die to a snake. Please.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san.
We will. I promise. I promise we will. B button. Oh, what's up, Hosonaga? How you doing? You just chilling out in the corner? Right directly out of view? It's not weird at all. That's already investigated. That's already investigated. Let's investigate the thing again. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. A speckled band.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seems as baffled as we were.
Yeah, I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. She's definitely not.
I'm not sure. She did mention that she had a snake multiple times, but I'm sure that's not the reason.
I know most people aboard would say the same thing about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Alright, Hosonaga! Give us more information, please. Wow, you got beat the hell up. I am so sorry.
You're back.
Inspect! Oh, God, had a burp. Oh, man, that actually really hurt my lungs. Deep breaths. Gonna take a drink of water. Delicious, delicious water. I've said time and time again, the only flavor water needs is its temperature, and nothing's better than cold.
Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is...
Please, don't worry about it. It was just in the line of duty. They're just scratches.
Made by a bear, maybe? Okay, Ryunosuke, what kind of a bear? If a bear did that, he would have gashes across his entire face. It would be looking like Wolverine attacked him.
When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then tossed me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really.
It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand.
Oh!
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though.
Ah, that explains it. That's where he scampered off to. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out.
Yes, let's do it. I have full faith in you, friend. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door.
Oh, do you know who she is?
Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that disgraceful angel?
Perhaps I upset him here.
Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least.
Oh? How?
Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Oops, now I've definitely upset him. Man is dying.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. They actually have stuff like DNA testing. It's wild. You should look at it. If you have time, anyway. Look it up. Use your Google smartphone. You have one of those, right? No? Okay, never mind. Just ignore me. So I'm just keeping watch here. I'm trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you.
Oh? What?
Yes, please do tell us, Inspector. Please.
Ooh. Yeah, I have new information.
What is this new information you have, Inspector?
Ooh. It's this. The Buria medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh. Kazuma's post-mortem report?
Kazuma-sama.
So, what was the cause of death?
Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report.
His neck was broken?
Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds nor other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
It was done with someone's bare hands. But the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests that it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark.
Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Kazuma.
I have a second copy of the report. Here, take it, I guess. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. Present it to people, I'm sure. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. Just take it. I trust you. There's no way you would be guilty of something a second time. Well, then again, I guess you were innocent the first time. So you might be guilty, actually. But I do trust you. I'd never agreed to have worked with you leaving the I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I?
Ah, that is true. The post-mortem report has been entered into the court record. A report from the SS Buria's medical office, giving the cause of death as cervical spine injury. No traces of external injury or poison. Well, there goes my snake theory, although I'm pretty sure it still is a snake. The Great Detective. What do you have to say about this?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. "It's shoe polish," was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. Shoe polish? The ink? No, that came from a vial.
It was when I was over there by the piece of broken glass. Do you see?
That's shoe polish? The smear? Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
Ah, yes, that must be it.
But how could Mr. Sholmes know it's shoe polish?
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea.
What is it, Susato-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Sort of dark brownish red, then?
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Oh! Does this mean... And that mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor. No! Did he slip and fall? The mark on the floor has been entered into the court record. No!
That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewman's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Jesus, just look at him. His Russianness won't leave me alone.
Yeah, that might be for the best. Thank you again.
Poor Inspector. You look exhausted.
Oh, no, well, I am simply perpetually sick. I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. It was in the food! It was in the food! Wait. So if there's nothing more I could talk to him about, then where am I supposed to go? Nothing in there. All of these have been interactive. Oh, the shoe polish. Okay, let's interact with that.
It really is such a beautiful color, this glass.
It looks like whatever it was broken clean in two, but the other half is nowhere to be seen.
And then there's the brick-colored mark,
which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about.
I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes.
Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure it's shoe polish and not something else?
Because he's a great detective, of course. Have you not been paying attention, Naruhodo? He's the greatest detective who ever lived. Why would there be so many stories about him if they weren't all true?
Well, that's hardly a reason, is it? Okay, well, I don't think... Oh, the books! These are all straight now. Wait, are we the one who fixed them? All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf.
They were all over the place when he first looked around, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, and you tidied them up, didn't you? That was it.
You have to look after the ship properly. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Okay. Well, I think that may be it in the room. So let's move to the first class passageway, because it's the only other place we can go. We moved everywhere else. 9th January, SS Buria, first class cabin passageway.
Ah! Look, Naruhodo-san! Seaman Stroganoff is gone!
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Why don't they pick something easy to remember, like Ryunosuke? Who doesn't know Ryunosuke? Come on, just look at it. Any person with common sense language would be able to pronounce that word as Ryunosuke. Give it to some unknowing American, they totally wouldn't say Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. Suke. Maybe. Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing.
Tra-la-li-ra-li-ra-li, I did it the great detective way.
Oh, hold on. Let me try that over again. Tra-la-la-li-ra-li-ra-li, I did it the great detective way.
This caroling, I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
It's really not a hard room, me. Let's move to Pavlova's cabin. I assume we could only move in the very adjacent room at a time. Unless it lets us move to any room. I'll have to check that out. 9th January, cabin 2. Well, she gone and the case is empty.
Miss Pavlova isn't back yet.
Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? Oh, she's over there. Hey, what are you doing?
Those are private things. There's not a moment to rest, Naruto-san. You must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake.
Not just for Kazuma's.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
You believe me? You believe me, finally? We must solve this case, Naruto-san. By ourselves if we have to.
I'm still so touched that you believe me. Finally, someone thinks I'm innocent. Someone. Yeah, we will. We will. Let us examine the case. What's in it?
Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in here.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Burya. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? Yeah, well, not even gonna look in there, see if there are any scales or anything. Alright, why is it all knocked over? All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. What about it, me?
Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
That's exactly the same as the bookcase next door, in Kazuma's cabin.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase?
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
All right, then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not everything bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. Listen, I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best to prove my innocence, and no one seems to believe me. I was really touched that she apparently believed me, but I guess that's only for a split second. She only decided to believe me for a fraction of a second. Unless she's playing with me, in which case, yeah, that's good humor. Remind me that I'm still the main suspect. Yeah, I want to be reminded of that. Let's just move me a little bit up. Oh, I think that's much better. Let's pull this up. Okay. What's on her desk? Is the tiara gone? There's just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian. Which I totally understand, I'm sure as you've guessed.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruto-san. Kindly remember that.
Okay. I won't bug you. About that. Let's look at the rules again. Ah, yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look. The SS Burya's rule for passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects, and no pets. Absolutely no pets.
I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed help to keep contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I'd imagine.
I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
Oh, yeah, so do I. It's kind of real important for this case that, I don't die. Or, like, I'm able to prove that I wasn't the one who killed Kazuma. Let's see. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could have entered the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particular heavy-duty bolt, is it?
But still, it shouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? Oh, that was her. No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside.
And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Oh no! No! I hit spacebar again! No! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I know I've done it like 4 times now. Okay, good. I lied. I'm gonna do it again for sure. That's not even a question. So this ventilator connects Kazuma's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator to another room.
Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm.
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That is a possibility. I don't think it's the right possibility, but a possibility nonetheless. You're trying. You're doing your best. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. That's it. That's the only thing over there. Let's look at her clothes.
Naruto-san, are you there?
Sorry, I'm right here. Yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump in inside every wardrobe I see, you know. In fact, the only person we've seen actually do that is Ben Sholmes. He actually was just hanging out in there.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Can I investigate the bag? No. Can I investigate that? No. Can I investigate? Nope. Time to use the ultimate technique. Turning my head. Beep, 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 beep. There's a plate on the floor, which was most likely used for feeding said animal. There's a thing on... Okay, there are only 3 things I can investigate. This trash bin near the desk. Desk. This plate on the ground. And this pitcher. Let's look at the pitcher first.
It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people.
Or, because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hadn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
Sure. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Like, trust me, I've never seen a more thirsty person than a Russian.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruto-san? A bit quite like a Mr. Sholmes we know.
No. Never compare me to that guy. Never compare me to that guy.
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket. Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away?
Oh no, wait, that was me.
Naruto-san! It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. Come on, there might be something useful in there.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly, we have no choice. What's inside? Tell us. There's hardly anything in here at all. Dope. Looked at it for nothing.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
It is. But what about the plate on the floor?
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
No. Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
No. You're right.
But of course you're right. She's really trying hard to persuade herself. Is there anything else in here? I think I investigated everything. The waste paper basket, thing on the floor, picture on the table, the shelf, the rules. I can't investigate the lamp or the painting. Got those. Whoa. I can investigate whatever this is. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmos, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Oh, that's interesting. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too.
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret.
Why are you trying to out us like that? There's nothing else over here. Nothing. Okay. Let us move to the passageway again, I guess. Let's see if there's anything new out here. No? Maybe something new we could talk about out here? Oh, let's investigate the door itself, maybe. The cabin.
This could be our chance.
Oh, no, yep. She's just trying to convince us to go back in. Investigate every last inch of the cabin. We shouldn't go that far, but we might as well. Okay. So, now that that was properly investigated, what else is over here? Oh, why? Look who it is. Why are you over here, Mr. Sholmes? You doing something suspicious with that satchel of yours? With that ass of yours? Huh? What you doing crouched over? Looking mighty breedable there, Sholmes. So what's up?
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look.
Wow, you never know where he's gonna turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Sholmes, you could tell us what you're looking at, buddy? Tra-la-la-lira-lira-lay, I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yeah, there were times, I'm sure you knew. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! Oh, what is it? You want to fight? Put him up, huh? I'm ready to throw hands. You wanna get at me? I'll sock you in the face. Look at these moves. Look at this shadow boxing. You think you can lay a single finger on me? Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, bitch. Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is as good a time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Look at them. They're swinging out of control. It's almost like I can't even... Oh, man, they're going crazy. I might just whack you with it anyway. All right, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away? I don't know. Can I? Instead, he fades to black.
Mr. Sholmes, you seemed to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Yes, that. I was immersed in a study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. The man he hit the gritty? Oh, Power, you don't understand. I'm not sure if you've actually been watching so far, but Sholmes is the most likely person to hit the gritty I have ever seen. He is so all about himself, I'm surprised he hasn't written an autobiography. You know what? Scratch that. He probably has. Not only does he have a ton of books written about him, but he's just self-absorbed to the point where he thinks he can do no wrong.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
And did you find anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Let me show you where your flaws are, my boy.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewmen oft stand sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report? Nothing to report indeed! Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that, nothing to report. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean... Ha 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 ha. Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That is a question. A mystery for now, but we can sure be something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribbling nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The ship's log has been logged into your mental file. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Ah, you're still starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes. Brilliance! Oh, my tummy. It hurts from laughing so much. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Everyone has a headache. Everyone who ate the food. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought. It's just... well, I feel the same. Sorry? What do you mean? Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Oh man, we are all out of it. We are all just... we were all drugged. You know what? I think that had to have been... yeah, I think the food must have been laced with something, and everyone passed out. That's why there's nothing to... or there's nothing to report written in the book, because he was asleep. He wasn't there. Is there anything else I can interact with over here? Negative. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? Can I investigate this more? Wait. You're telling me we looked at this page, saw that he continually put nothing to report, and then we saw from 2 on that it was blank, and we were like, oh, well, it obviously means there was nothing to report. Come on, guys. Come on. Magnifying glass. I was trying to center it, but that's just not going to work. Alright. So, there's nothing there, which means we have to move somewhere. Let's just keep going back and forth. We seem to just be going from cabin to passageway to cabin. That seems to have worked so far. Alright, let's examine. Anyone else I could interact with you after I found some new information? No, nothing over here. Hosonaga, you got anything? Oh, right, I forgot to investigate this. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. What? Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Ding ding. Great. Such a soothing bell to my ears. No one showed up. But no one came. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Okay. Let us... oh, I can't converse. Oh, it just straight up won't let me converse. Well, then I guess we're going back to her cabin.
Ah, what's that?
Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted. A quarter mile forward. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands. Brace for impact. Impact? What the?
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What? Oh, no. That's not good. I can't stand. Susato-san, hold on to me. Ah! Yep, that ship definitely tilting. Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Ooh. Is there gonna be more to investigate now?
Looks like we avoided a collision. I think.
Yeah, the ship's come to a stop.
Oh my goodness, what about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. Oh. Hello, is somebody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly!
What? The bolt?
Oh, so it might have been open, you say?
The door's bolted. Did you do that, Susato-san? No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did...
And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again.
Yo.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
Of course. But look at how much stuff I can look up. No, why would I... Aw, you're straightening it up. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around, tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Ooh, to be continued! Alright. Go on, fade away. Fade away your pretty little eyes, and let's save the game. Alright, Acolights. I've had a long day today, and I gotta say, my tummy hurt. Roundabout by yes, sussatu. What are you talking about, Power? Sus-A-T-O, sussatu. Roundabout by yes. Yes. I will simply answer yes to you, Power. I'm not sure what I'm saying yes to, but I'm saying yes to it. Let's save one more time, just to be sure, because I don't trust the fact that I may have saved already or not. Understandable. Thank you. I do try to be as understandable as possible. That said, Acolights, Power, I hope you all have a fantastic evening. And hey, I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we play... What are we playing tomorrow? Oh, right, I think we're playing Resident Evil 7. We're finishing up Resident Evil 7, maybe moving on to 8, depending on how long it takes. All right, guys. Hope you have a good night. I'll talk to you later.